Hey, all my foodie friends. How you guys doing today? It's kind of a chilly day here in Toronto, so we are having some beef mushroom barley soup. It's absolutely delicious and one of my most favorite soups in the world. You can imagine, there's not many. We're starting with a Dutch oven. I believe this is a 5 or 6 liter Dutch oven. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of oil. In this case, I'm using virgin olive oil. But you can use any oil that you like. You could also use butter or margarine. I've used a pack of a mix that I made myself when I got my vegetable delivery, but it has 2 carrots chopped, 2 stalks of celery chopped, 2 cups of mushrooms sliced, 1 onion chopped, and 1 pepper chopped. Also adding 2 teaspoons of garlic. You can vary these vegetables to whatever you prefer, but since this is mushroom barley soup, you gotta have mushrooms in there, but the rest are all negotiable. I'm adding some salt and pepper to taste. We want to make sure that the veggies are well seasoned when they're sauteing. I remember first having this soup when I was working in a hospital kitchen, and on the menu every about 2 or 3 weeks was beef barley soup. You can imagine that I ran to the canteen to get the biggest bowl I could find. It was my absolute favorite soup, and that was, well, it's going on 50 years ago, and I still love it. So after the vegetables have sauteed for a bit, I'm adding a can of diced tomatoes. The size of the can is going to determine, what size soup you make. So if you use a smaller can, that's fine. Use all the juice that's inside. I tend to buy tomatoes that are unsalted, but you can use whatever you prefer. I'm adding 2 cups of beef that I've cubed up. Remember that roast I made a while back? Well, this was the leftovers. So I've sliced it up and cubed it up, and now I'm making soup. I'm adding some beef stock. This is 1 liter, but depending on the size of the pot and the amount of soup you're making, you might need more or less. In this case, I've noticed that 1 liter is barely covering it. So for soup, I need to add some more. So in this case, I've added a 2nd liter of beef stock. If you have your own homemade stock, by all means, please use that. I've stirred everything together. Doesn't it look good? Absolutely delicious on a cold day like today. I can't wait for it to be done. There's the 2nd liter of soup. Sorry, 2nd liter of stock. Because we're going to be adding barley to the soup, we're going to need to make sure that we have enough liquid, because the barley will absorb, a lot of liquid, and it puffs up to like 3 or 4 times its original size. I just love barley. It's almost like having little dumplings or little noodles, because they puff up and they taste so good, and they have great texture on your tongue. I just love them. So I've added 2 cups of pot barley. I just quickly rinsed these and picked through to make sure that there was no dried up things or shells or whatever there might be. And I've thrown those into the soup. I'm adding a dash of Maggi here. You know what would be really good is if you added a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, because that really goes well with beef and it would make a great flavor for the soup. You could also use a bit of soy for the color. I brought the soup up to a boil, and now we need to simmer it for about 30 minutes until the barley is tender. Look at that, doesn't that look good? See how the barley absorbs so much more and it puffs up just like pearl couscous. They get kind of the same size. So there it is served up. come and join me for a bowl of beef barley soup. I'm going to heat up some French bread and I'll give you a wedge of that with some butter. What a delicious dinner. If you like the recipe, I would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Thanks for stopping by for some more food that warms your soul. See you next time.